From inside the Converse studio, I'm Derriqmaq from All Saints Radio. Check out this excerpt from the exclusive Lecrae interview on DTLR Radio. First and foremost, where's Jesus finding you right now in your life?
Man, just basically showing me how to implement my faith in areas of justice and systemic oppression and really fleshing it out in, kind of every field of human endeavor. And that's really what's been going on for me.
We know you're getting ready for the 2016 Higher Learning Tour and all that, but I want to take a moment and congratulate you on the impact you're having all throughout society. I think most people caught up with you last year when you hit up Jimmy Fallon's show. I know you also done some stuff on CNN, and I commend you for your comments and your views on where and how you need to be involved, as well as inspiring the rest of us to get involved. How are you feeling about where your walk with Christ and taking the gospel into places that people who don't know Christ yet are encountering you?
Man, I got friends from all walks of life, and I think they appreciate you being authentic, you being real. And when it all comes down to it, everyone goes through trials and tribulations, but when they see that, you have a hope that transcends all of it, that is something that people want to know more about. And I'm always grateful to speak to it.
You got to let everybody know about this CC3 project. You dropped it on us just straight out of nowhere. Went to number one, 300,000 something odd downloads later. It's the number one hip hop CD in the land. How did that come about?
Yeah, I really wasn't going to do Church Goes 3. I had no intentions of doing it. And then, just all the stuff we were seeing from ISIS to social, Ferguson, Baltimore, to trafficking and all these issues going on in society. And, it was just hard to speak to it all. And I just needed to have a place to voice some stuff. And so I got in the studio with my man S1. In 6 days, we churned that project out, and we just dropped it on everybody.
It seems the consensus tracks off of there, or the faves are Sidelines as well as Misconceptions 3. I love the whole project, man. Cruising is awesome. Man, Deja Vu,
appreciate that.
Awesome. But I'm still Reggie Bushing in the jungle, you know what I'm saying?
just trying to make good music, inspire people, and to kind of counter a lot of the negativity that happens in music today with something from a different vantage point, and God honoring.
Well, something that was real cool that I really appreciate that you did was went and grabbed some E40 Fonzarelli. How did you manage to get him to feature on CC3?
E40's like a good friend. When I to California, man, he opened up his house. We got to hang out with him and his family and just talk, man. And, artists are real people. When you build relationships with them, you develop currency with them. And so this is a good friend, and we went in the studio and recorded a handful of stuff. And, man, it just worked out really well.
I'm Derriqmaq from Team ASR. This is DTLR Radio. Your music, your lifestyle.
What's going on? This is Lecrae. Right now you're listening to DTLR Radio on DTLRradio.fm.
You're now tuned in to DTLR Radio.
Dead Buried Dead, the collaboration with 116 and Dead Buried Dead. What's up with that? Because I'm kind of feeling the code design, but you got some stuff that I think everybody would like. So how did that collabo come about?
Oh, man, people give me clothes often on the road and show me their stuff. And their collection was one of the first that I just really fell in love with and just started wearing. And, took it overseas and was wearing it for shows. And I feel like there was just a synergy. We just connected, through my guy, Alex Medina, who's our creative director, to do a collaboration and just kind of our new direction artistically. And, man, you got to grow and change, and change is good.
I concur. I was going to just straight up send you a tweet saying that since I couldn't get one online, I had to get a stencil and a Krylon can and spray up my own code, you know what I mean? Because I got to represent, man. I appreciate everything that you're doing, man, and the creativity is amazing. I did get a question from one of our followers on Twitter, and if you don't mind clarifying something, what's up with the Tori Kelly collaboration?
Yeah, one of my great friends. We are definitely fans of each other's music, and we spent some time in the studio, so we'll see if something comes to daylight. But I've been working really hard on my album. I mean, hands down, I know it's the best work I've ever got a chance to do. And so the book, Unashamed, comes out in May, and then sometime after the book drops in May, the album will follow.
Well, which is harder, to create material for a CD or to write a book? Which is more challenging for you?
I'll guess I'll find out when the book comes out. But it was fun doing a book because in a song, there's only so much you can say. If people are like, hey, why would you do a song with E40? I can't really explain it to you fully in 4 minutes, but I can write a book and have it laid out for you a lot clearer and more concise. So I enjoyed that process. But we'll see when the book comes out how people feel about it. It's a lot of stories in there, crazy stories, and hopefully it'll be beneficial for people.
Well, I'll be in line trying to grab one of those mugs. I'm a big fan of reading because reading is fundamental,
That's right.
And also, I just wanted to take a moment to encourage everybody to pre-order the book, because you can go on to Lecrae.com, right?
That's right. Yeah, or unashamedbook.com or Lecrae.com. It'll all take you where you need to go. But yeah, definitely do that. It sends a message to the industry as well that that we have purchasing power, and that our voice needs to be heard every time we go see movies or buy music or read books. It says that, hey, our voice matters, and this is what we want to hear, and this is what we want to see, and this is what we want to read. And otherwise, the powers that be just kind of, push us to the side and say, eh.
I'm Derriqmaq from Team ASR. This is DTLR Radio. Your music, your lifestyle.
You're checking out All Saints Radio.
So crank it up.
What?
Ha!
All Saints Radio.
From inside the Converse studio, I'm Derriqmaq from All Saints Radio. Check out this excerpt from the exclusive Lecrae interview on DTLR Radio. Let me ask you this, Crae. How do you see yourself fitting into hip-hop culture outside of Christian hip-hop, if that makes sense to you? What do you think your place will be by the time it's all said and done? And what sacrifices have you had to make that you didn't know when you started down this road that you would be challenged by now that you know what you know?
Yeah, I just think that voices, specifically voices that have a perspective that, that God would endorse, need to be heard in broader culture. I mean, obviously, there's stuff that Christians need to do for the church, but then there's stuff Christians can do from the church to the world. And if our voices are not heard in film or television or law or literature or environmental science, then, it limits the perspective. And I think everybody has something to say, but a lot of times your voice gets muted when you only use it inside of your niche community. So the biggest thing for me is just wanting people to hear an alternative perspective that they may not have heard on specific topics. The sanctity of marriage, that women have dignity and should not be misogynized, that violence is really violence. It's not something we want to glorify. It's something that really terrorizes communities. And that's something that, hopefully I'll be able to articulate in general culture outside of the faith-based community as well.
Well, Crae, hate to inform everybody, but Gavi said we out of time, bro.
Right on.
I just wanted to let you know, man, you were somebody whose story is truly inspiring, and to have you on the show really makes a difference in a lot of our young people's lives, man. You are truly a leader.
Awesome.
And I can't commend you enough. Whatever you do, know that there are people who are traveling in your slipstream that really, really are looking to you, not to take the place of Jesus, but to be a mentor vicariously.
Exactly.
I know you've heard it over and over again, but it can't be said enough.
No, that means a lot, bro. I appreciate that, Derek, man. Love and respect to you for that, bro.
All right, y'all. For more information about Lecrae's Church Close 3, the 2016 Higher Learning Tour, and the 116 Dead Buried Dead collaboration, connect to Team ASR on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm Derriqmaq from Team ASR. This is DTLR Radio. Your music, your lifestyle.